last month. So I was down in Bangalore and I booked all the hotels around 14,000, 15,000 rupees per night. It was a pretty big VC event going on. And I said, okay, you know what, I'm going to try out Ravel. I got a nice, like I would say a pretty large size room, almost a suite size room with a separate couch, kitchen, dining table, outside balcony, all of that, big bathroom, shower, free breakfast, free Wi-Fi for 4,000 rupees a night, including taxes. Okay? In an area where everything else is around 14,000 and little 300 square foot rooms. This was a 500 square foot room. It was a serviced apartment. It was beautiful. It really was an enjoyable experience, right? More than 3,000 listings. So Peter Thiel, anybody know who Peter Thiel is? So he's a big angel investor. He's a big investor out of the US. Okay, he's one of the guys that even has been behind some of the biggest brands out there. I believe he supported PayPal, right? Right. So he's one of the guys behind PayPal. He gave Ritesh $100,000 as a part of his fellowship. Right. 100,000. And this is the real kicker. And trust me, I do not believe it. So I made him take out his driver's license in the middle of the presentation. I said, "Meko dekhne ka hai. I can't believe you're 18 years old." So there's no age, right? And if anybody's heard the story of Kentucky Fried Chicken, everybody if you guys has. There's no age. That guy was way beyond his prime, right? 1,004 times he knocked on a door to get his recipe accepted by somebody. And today it employs millions, or feeds millions, employs hundreds of thousands. There's no age. When the great idea comes, just be ready for it. That's all. Have your mind open. Because that great idea will come. You will have the opportunity and grab it when it does. That's all I'm saying. Okay? So, like we talked earlier, you solve a problem. You solve a problem in a way where it creates value. Right? Value for the customer and value for yourself. Now, one of the guys that I follow for valuation quite a bit, and I met him in Singapore recently, 4 months ago, is Aswath Damodaran. Anybody heard of the name? Aswath Damodaran? He's NYU Stern's professor from NYU Stern runs a very amazing blog called Musings on the Market. Okay, currently he downgraded Tesla to a sell. He said it's overpriced. Tesla Motors. He's one of the first guys that believed in Amazon back when Amazon was not making money, and he was also one of the first guys to say, okay, Amazon is overpriced. Okay, and he's amazed. If you read through his blog, valuation is relative, right? What has value to me may be worthless to you, right? Today, if you tell me would you like a Reynolds ka pen? No, I think it's worthless to me. But for somebody who does not have a pen, maybe worth quite a lot of things for him, right? Electricity for us is worthless because it's everywhere. Let's go to a gaon, kheda, somewhere where electricity hai nahi. Some villages have just got electricity after 60 years of independence. You ask them the value of electricity, right? So the valuation is a very, very relative concept, right? What has value to me may have no value to you. But it's important to understand how valuation works. It's important to have the assumption and have valid assumptions in your head when you're making your business plan, as some of you guys have already indicated you are. Right? It's important to go, okay, today I'm starting at 0. Tomorrow when I'm successful, 3 years from now, let's just say 3 saal ke baad you're super successful. What's my business going to look like? Just yesterday we had a guy come in, and you could understand the way he's talking. He's not trying to understand that his business, if it succeeds, मैं क्या करूँगा? He's only understanding how to sustain myself today. So you'll always be stuck here today. You'll never make it there. Because if we're not thinking there and we're here, right? So who's going to think for that? That means you're just going to stumble along life, right? Without any kind of definitive plan of where I'm going. Very simple, I'll give a very simple example. You want to drive from here to Delhi, you open up your GPS, right? दिन भी होगा, रात भी होगा. तो रात में क्या होगा गाड़ी को? Headlight चालू हो जाएगा. Does the headlight show you Delhi from wherever you are? How much does it show? Just the next 100 meters. That's all you need to know. उसके बाद का तो जब रास्ता आएगा तब देख ही लेंगे. Just the next 100 meters, that's all you need to see. That's all you need to plan for. And understand कि मैं Delhi जा रहा हूँ बस. That's all you need to understand. अब ऐसा नहीं कि ये भी नहीं मालूम जा कर उसे हेडलाइट को फॉलो करते करते नहीं पहुंच गए, राइट? एटलीस्ट नो के ऊपर दिल्ली जाना है, आई काइंड ऑफ नो द मैप, बट आई नीड टू प्लान फॉर द नेक्स्ट 100 meters, that's it. If something happens in the next 100 meters, I need to be alert and ready for it, that's it. That's how I believe you build a business. There'll be 100 different theories out there, no doubt. My theory is you plan कि मेरे को जाना कहाँ है, so we're doing some of those things today, and then you go, okay, next एक साल के लिए क्या planning करना है, उसके बाद ये होगा तो क्या planning करना है. I have to go with my assumptions and keep making sure that my assumptions and what the real fact is, what are the variances I'm seeing. Is it a large variance? Is it a small variance? Based on the variances that I've now seen, I need to replan for the next year, right? So that's very important. That's all I want you guys to understand from here, is that you need to create value. You need to manage the processes. That's where the next point comes in. Right? If you've never thought about building a company of 5,000 people and you have 5,000 people tomorrow and you're not planned for it, what's going to happen? It's like this Pillars College, right? There's 9,000 students here. If there was not a definitive plan, a definitive framework, a definitive skeleton, processes in place, तो क्या होता है इस जगह का? No one will have come, right? Just understand, plan होना चाहिए. Not everything has to go according to plan, but there should be a plan. Somebody, when I was very early in my leadership thing, is that you know, the lack of a plan is a plan. You're just not in control of it. But there is a plan, which is the absence of a plan. I work without a plan. There's a plan, right? I just don't have a plan. That's my plan. But is it a good plan? I'm not sure, but there is a plan. Right? So very important. Manage processes. There's a very good book, and if you guys are looking to get into entrepreneurship, it's a very good book to read. It's by a person by the name of Michael E. Gerber. Okay, and he's helped millions of startups around the world. It's called The E-Myth, and it has nothing to do with technology. Okay, E stands for entrepreneurship. It's a great book, and it really explains why a lot of people go into business and then they fail. 99% of all businesses fail in the first 5 years. 99%. Of what remains, another 95% will fail in the next 5 years. Of what remains, the number continues for another 90%. So technically, 0.0 some percentage is the only thing that will make it 15 years in business. Why is that so? It will answer that question for you. Right? So if you're looking to build a business, you need to have these questions answered. You need to have the processes in place. Think with, if I am building a core team, am I just building a bunch of engineers that don't know how to sell? Or am I just building a bunch of salespeople that have nothing to sell? Right? Sometimes you might be in a situation you're like, okay, you know what, I can only build a really good technical team, but then I'll outsource the sales and I'll outsource the operations. A lot of people don't think about operations, by the way. India ranks as the 132nd out of 183 countries in the world on the ease of doing business scale. And I can be a testament to that. It took me 4 months to open up an LLP here. 4 months. Just to get it registered. It took another 3 months to open a bank account. That's 7 months. Can you imagine 7 months, can't accept a check, can't write a check. So what do you do? What do you do? It took me 3 days from the time we thought we had the opportunity कि हमको Pioneer Energy Resources खोलना है. 3 days. Bank account was open, the company was made, the shareholder agreements were signed. 3 days. It takes 7 months here. A lot of people don't factor the Indian factor in there. India in fact ranks I think 173 out of 185 in the rankings on the ease of opening up a startup or any business. We only rank above Afghanistan and Bhutan. We're below Pakistan, by the way. So all you India-Pakistan cricket match, right? We're below Pakistan. We rank 184 out of 185. 184 on getting a construction permit. And even then we grow at 6% and they say that we are a third world country. It's like having a dove, right? You chain it to the floor and then it's still flying, but you're saying कि अरे वो देखो वो उड़ नहीं पाता है, उड़ नहीं पाता है. also important that you have a plan to collect the money. When I say collect funds, it's not just the investor. The investor will ask you, how will you collect money from the customer? There's a couple of startups that we have that is given credit lines that are as large as 50% of the entire investment we gave them. So they technically become a bank for us. And a bank that cannot collect money, but that's a bank. It's very important, have a plan ki boss, paisa kaise aayega? If I sell a product, you should pay me back, right? Because I have to pay everybody else. So how's that going to happen? There are some business models that have done extremely well in India. How many of you guys have used this website called Via.com? VIA, Via.com. So it actually was under the name Flight Raja before. Launched in 2006-7, okay, innovative idea. So at that time, travel agents did not really have fast internet connection, right? So they were unable to make these bookings online. Fatapat kaise kare? And they don't have the money to invest into broadband and all that kind of stuff, right? Or they don't have the bandwidth for that matter. So Flight Raja came in, said, okay, I'll give you give me a 5 lakh rupee deposit. Was it 5 lakh or 1 lakh? But give me a deposit. And I'll give you the internet connection and I'll let you book through my platform, and with the bulk bookings we all have, we'll get a really good rate from the airline. They did so well, he never ever picked up any kind of funding till the VCs banged on his door कि भाई मेरी funding तो ले लो, आप इतना अच्छा काम कर रहे हो. He's like, मेरे को जरूरत ही नहीं है, I'm getting money up front. I pick up 100 travel agents, they all give me 5 lakh rupees, 5 crore रुपया आ गया, what do I need your funding for? His sales were 500 million by 2010. Via.com has just opened up. I'm surprised you guys have not heard of them. But they do a ton of bookings. Ton of them. Okay? So there are business models where you can collect money up front. Think of those models. If your product solves a massive problem, people will pay for it up front. Right? If your product solves a massive problem. So think about those models. How am I going to collect the money? How can I reduce the burn? Or how can I reduce that negative cash flow, which is where I need the funding, right? When my revenues and my expenditures are not really matching up, or because my revenues come later on, my expenses come first. How can I bridge that gap? Because that's exactly the funding I need, right? Is that minus part? So how can I bridge that gap? Can I provide a service that people are willing to pay upfront for? If you've got that idea, you've hit the big time. Because if anybody is willing to pay you upfront for your service, you've hit the big time. Really big time. That means you've got a great idea. That means they see tremendous value in your business. So these are some challenges I have for you guys, and they're kind of radical, but I'll leave it to you. Number one is location-based advertising, and this was before TRAI's order came out. Okay, this was when the time. So when Book My Cab came to me for investment, I was actually in Kolkata thinking of launching something like Book My Cab there. So when I found somebody's already doing it, I said, why take the Jamila, let him do it. Okay, so whatever money I was going to put there, I put here, I said, okay, that's it. At that time, so in Africa, is the number one importer around the world of these, these taxi top displays you see? So there's these taxi top LCD displays, which actually play a movie. So in Africa, there's a major problem of electricity. So how do you show advertising? Taxi chalti hai, taxi has a battery, so what do? You put a taxi top display with advertising, the taxi stops, the advertising starts, and that's the way you advertise. Innovation at its best. What I was thinking was, India mein, this 3G thing is really taking off, right? And everybody wants to monetize. Let's say you're at the airport, right? And the Sahara is having some sort of a sale that anybody because they're like, I have a lot of free rooms right now, or empty rooms. I need to increase the utilization factor. What do? I say, okay, anybody who's landing at the airport, let's put an ad on top of all these taxis, right? Saying 30% off for the next 2 hours. But how do you communicate that off very quickly? So the taxi stop displays actually have a 3G chip inside them. If you can find a way where you can create a local auction environment for advertising, the 3G chip downloads the advertisement, and the next 2 hours ka display is bought by Sahara. So any taxi that even as soon as it enters the airport area, you can decide how you do your area, immediately downloads the ad and only displays that ad in that area. You leave the area, you go to a new area, a new ad gets downloaded. The videos are not very large, right? They're only about 10-15 MB, so 3G should not be a bad idea because the LCD is not that large. It's probably about I think it's about 18 inches by about 4 feet. So you don't need to have the HD stuff. That would be a really nice, somebody who can run that kind of an auction, live auction environment for advertising. Can you imagine that? How much value that would have? In front of a train station, the McDonald's is not having enough people walking in. So kya? For the next 2 hours, anybody walks in, a free what is that? What do we get at McDonald's again?
Happy Meal. No, Mango with ice cream.
McBurger with ice cream. So the ice cream is free. Come. Even the buses or anything standing there, everything suddenly starts displaying that. That would be really live, right? Really innovative. Unfortunately, I can't pursue it because I've already got other things, but that's a really good idea, according to me. So think about that. There's actually a website run by Vijay. Giselle, the website run by Vijay Anand, right? In 50 hours? Yeah. So there's a website run by a gentleman by the name of Vijay Anand, where he lists out problems that people should solve. So I think he's already at 26 so far, right? This is number 27. I haven't told him yet though. Another problem that I see is, and this is again a new problem that's coming up, is that I tend to travel a lot, and my mother and my father, we all travel a lot. One of the things that happens is that as soon as we land, parents say कि वो taxi कहाँ मिलेगा? Taxi, right? And then you end up taking a taxi from some crook that will not give you a proper taxi. He'll give you some other taxi at some outrageous rate, right? What do? What if there was an app? Everybody wants to create an app today, but what if there was an app, as soon as you check in at your destination city, you could send a request, I'm landing in about this much time with this flight number, and so I would like a taxi to X place. So a taxi that is coming to the airport knows that if I need to wait 30 minutes and there's going to be a passenger coming in. Solves problems on both sides. Because if you're in a place like Bangalore, where the airport is 50 kilometers from the city, what do? There are some, so Meru is pretty popular there. They offer a 40% discount if you want to go back to the city, or a 40% discount if you want to go back to the airport. So if you go with me right now, you book your return ticket, return with me, and take a 40% discount. Why? Because the taxi driver coming back one way, 50 kilometers, is a lot of money being paid. So you solve that problem. If he's willing to give 40% of an 800 rupee one-way trip, that means वो 300 रुपये देने को तैयार है. आप उसको 150 में लाके दो. You create value for him, you create value for yourself. Sky is the limit. These are some ideas that need to be looked into. I'm not entirely sure somebody is doing this, but I think that's a great. I think that's good. That has a great value because India has millions of people traveling today, millions. And you go to any airport during the morning time or the afternoon time or the evening time, that taxi stand is always having a line. Always has a line. You'll never walk to the airport and go, "Hey, I'm the first person there." You अपना baggage लो, फिर 15-20 मिनट खड़े रहो taxi के लिए. And all these things are there, so it's a great opportunity. They'll solve a problem. If you're a jet setter, I'm only in the city from morning to evening. I don't want to spend 30 minutes waiting for a taxi. So if I can tell you that I'm coming in this time, you track my flight, I land, immediately a taxi is waiting. It has great value for me. You've already got me as a customer, for sure. Last, creating a unique aggregated traveling experience. People book all these flight and hotel. What about flight, train, hotel, taxi all at one go? There are some train rides in India that are much more better or much more beautiful or much more have a better experience than flights. Right? You can go to Ahmedabad overnight. So you could create a travel itinerary which includes a train, a plane. There's nothing that does it right now. I have to book it all separately. IRCTC is separate. Make My Trip is separate. Make My Trip does train bookings, but it does not aggregate all of them. That's another idea. If you can create some sort of an algorithm or some sort of website that can aggregate this all. So those are three ideas. I'll leave the challenge on to you. If you guys can solve this problem, you will definitely have me as a customer, and if you've got a good business plan, as an investor as well. Okay, for sure. How do we help? So I'll give you a brief idea about what Artha Venture Partners does. Okay, initially I was just investing without really thinking. Okay, so we didn't really have any kind of structure. It was just me and my brother, and we used to go to all these presentations and make investments. Right. After we got to 20, we were like, oh God, there's so many quarterly calls to attend. we need somebody to take care of this. आगे का investment तो हो ही नहीं रहा है. So recently we decided to launch it under the Artha Venture Partners brand name. What we do is we look at startups, right? We look at investing into them. But we also look at startups into mentoring them, into increasing their sales channels, into using our own network, right? We're spread over multiple cities in India in terms of our own business and also the business of our cousins and all of this stuff, right? So there's not, I don't think there's a single business that within my extended family that we don't cover. So we want not just to invest in a startup and then, you know, it's called the pay and pray, right? You pay it and you just, भगवान इसको बड़ा कर देना, you know, उसमें मजा नहीं आता because that's not the way the angel investment is supposed to work. If you're looking for angel funding, be prepared. You want to pick up angel investors that will offer you more than just money. क्योंकि पैसा तो आपको कोई भी दे देगा, पैसा तो आप बना लोगे, experience कहाँ से लाओगे? It's important when you pick out your investors, you pick out those people that can actually take you and your business forward. The conversation I was having last night, it's another very interesting deal, right? And it's one of those deals where we need to be in areas that are outside Mumbai and Gujarat. So then we started thinking about angel investors in Bangalore, in Hyderabad, in Bhopal, because that's where this product would really work, right? So then, yeah, I'll put in money, but I said, you know what, instead of giving the entire amount from our end, we should pick our investors from them and tell them कि आप भी डालो and you help us sell this product in your city. So pick out those investors, give it some thought. Okay, who am I picking as my investor? Is that person going to only give me money and then be on every quarterly call and just tell me कि खर्चा बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा है और revenue बहुत कम आ रहा है? बस ये एक ही question. खर्चा बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा है, revenue बहुत कम आ रहा है. वो कभी कुछ नहीं होगा. You never invest. You're not investing into your business. Pick out those investors, and there's tons of them today. Tons. People that have made a lot of money are now willing to mentor the new generation. Pick out the mentors, right? You beg, borrow, steal when it comes to your mentors and advisors. Beg, borrow, steal. You pay for their lunch, you pay for their dinner, you pay for their time, right? But if you find somebody who can help you out and that you want as a mentor, you have to court him more than you courted your girlfriend or your boyfriend. I'm telling you, because that person will take you to the next level. Because he's already done that. He's been there, done that. Right? And you cannot replace experience in this world. We all know the difference between a Sachin and a Virat Kohli. Kohli does really well, right? But he still needs the experience of a Sachin or a Dhoni. He can't buy that. He will be the first person to say, I can't buy that experience. Right? You can't buy it. Artha Venture Services, so this is what was launched after looking and experiencing the pain of opening a business in India. Okay, so we decided to launch a service where any startup that wants to get started, okay, we'll help you guys incorporate, we'll help you guys set up the operations part of your entire business, and we'll maintain it for you too. So your accounting, your compliances, India has 33 different kinds of taxes you have to pay in a year. It's not just one income tax, there's 33 different kinds of taxes. And now the laws are so stringent, you miss a tax, you can go to jail. You miss service tax, you can go to jail. You miss TDS, you can go to jail. TDS is paid every month. Service tax is paid every month. VAT is also paid. Excise duty is also paid. So income tax is not the only tax you pay. So this is a lot of work, right? So you might need somebody to run that thing for you, and it will be very expensive for you to do it on your own. That's why we launched this platform, right? To specifically help the SMEs in the startup sector. Because at least in the companies we've invested in, we're seeing a massive problem, right? Operations are not keeping up with the kind of sales growth, and then that can become your lead weight. You've got a balloon but it can't fly because that weight is keeping it down. So get it off, outsource it. Okay, outsource it. Can't do it well, outsource it. Find somebody else who does it better than you. No need to do everything by yourself. जो Indian mentality ये change होना बहुत जरूरी है. You can't do everything by yourself, and if you do, you'll never do anything in life. Because you'll be doing everything else except for being a specialist of one. Right? So we can help you guys out from there. That is our phone number. If you guys have a business plan, want to get it vetted, get it made, you guys can contact us. So you can contact Giselle will give you all the contact coordinates. With that, I'm done. If you guys have any questions, that was the next part.